Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I got rid of toxicity in my workplace. How did I do that? Hi guys, my name is Huizi. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about how to get rid of toxicity in the workplace. I know that it's about people that you have no control over, and usually, especially your supervisors. Now, it can be somebody that you supervise. It can happen because people are that toxic, right? And but how do you go from being in a toxic workplace to being in the same place but now going into a thriving environment? It's possible. I did it, and today I'm going to tell you how. But how did we get here? Can we rewind back a little bit? Have you noticed that if you have a toxic workplace, for example, have you noticed that other people in that same work environment are actually like very happy and the toxicity does not affect them? Um, they're just happy with how everything's going because there is favoritism in the workplace. It may be toxic for you, and yet for somebody else, it's the best thing that's ever happened to them, right? Because the boss loves them. So, but how come you are in this situation? I think we have to recognize that the workplace itself is not toxic. What is really toxic is what's happening between you and the person who is being toxic to you, right? Now, why is this happening to you? Let me tell you. So, what happens is every day the thoughts that we think are actually not very new thoughts. You may be thinking that each day is totally different, but if you really dig deep and look back, you'll realize that you've kind of been having the same experiences over and over in your life. That is only because you've always had the same thought patterns. And what does that mean? It means that you've always had the same expectations, the same fears, the same evil forbearings. You're thinking, oh, what's work going to look like today, Or if you're still at school, you'll notice also that even if you're at work, maybe you've felt that way before, even when you were at school, right? Maybe you were always being picked on, or you had a bully around you. So you have that thing that you're scared of bullies. And what does that translate to? It means that you expect the same things to keep happening. You'll notice that if you've been bullied all your life, for example, it doesn't stop just because you're at work. Why? Because you still have the same attitude and beliefs and limiting beliefs about the space that you are in daily. So I'm going to keep pause. I'm going to pause so that you think about it, right? So what happens is now you have these bullies, you don't like going to work, right? Well, most people don't like going to work, and we think it's a norm. It's okay for you to not like going to work. And what happens is you now start to attract things in the workplace that you don't like. Now, what do? We change it, right? We have the power to change our thoughts. We have the power to change our emotions. We have the power to change our attitudes, to change how we respond to things, right? So what happens is there's a science behind it, right? So now when you experience um, toxic bullying, what do you do? How do you feel? Did you know that you can choose not to mull over and over this situation in your mind? I knew somebody, right, who was experiencing, I guess, what they felt was a toxic workplace. And this person would like rave about it. I kid you not, every single day. Do you know that where your attention goes, where your focus goes, that thing grows? Where your thoughts go, the man follows. right? And let me tell you, the truth is, like we said, we established at the beginning, you don't really have a toxic workplace. You have a toxic relationship with some people. Do you realize I said some people? Not all people. Some people you have happy relationships with. You have a workplace bestie. You have somebody that really likes you, is always smiling at you, maybe at the door, the security person or the receptionist or the cleaners. And guess what? They go unappreciated by you. Now, these people are your leverage because you can start giving gratitude for them. Did we ever talk about how gratitude works? If you've forgotten, let me remind you. The thing that you think about the first thing in the morning is where your attention and your direction and your focus is going to go. And therefore, you're going to see more of that thing. Now, if you want to see more of good things in your workplace, start to focus on the little things that make you happy. I know at this point you feel like you actually maybe want to quit, you want to change jobs, you want to change careers, you want to start a business now, you're tired of corporate, but you can change it right now. And I did the same thing. I didn't know it was going to be that great, but let me give you a testimonial of it. I started doing my gratitude list every morning and every evening, or evening if not morning, etc. Right? So that's what I used to do every day, and it happened so quick. You don't like, guys, it's crazy. It works so well. Like, it's even hard for me to share this thing because of how simple it is and how the person that I tell it to won't take me seriously. But it happened so quick. We had a really bossy boss, okay? Narcissist, if you allow me to use that word. Terrible. And I started doing my gratitude journaling. Fortunately, this person did not hate me that much, but she was just causing, like so much harm around. Um, and so, guess what happened? I started doing these gratitude um, affirmations or gratitude list, and then she literally got suspended. Okay, this woman, and she wasn't going by herself. She had a team of people that she loved and was encouraging to also just be very disrespectful to everyone else, and they just felt empowered because she was the boss and she was on their side. And so she got suspended. Unfortunately, she came back again. But guess what? She got suspended again. And then she got transferred. Like, up to now, we don't even know where she is. And then the other people who were left behind, of course, they felt a little less powerful and were not so toxic anymore. But I had someone who was working closely with me who kept that toxicity. Somebody who feels like very bossy and like they can threaten you or talk to you anyhow, try to, inflict fear upon you so that you are not free and start to belittle you and start acting like maybe you're not working, insinuating that your juniors are doing better than you or something. And I think actually what I'm saying compared to the amount of toxicity other people are experiencing, I know it's nothing because, yeah, I've been talking to people and it's really, really bad out there. But I promise you, what I'm suggesting to you, it really works, and I'm really desperate for you to do it so that you can see the results, right? So this person, I started ignoring them, like the person who was toxic. I actually started like talking about how I'm excited to work, to go to work, and appreciating the people, other people that I go to work with, other things, right? That person started leaving me alone. They started to have much less power over me. And actually, recently I've realized it's almost like the other way around. I'm not being toxic to them, but they like respect me. Yeah, I think they respect me, or they're the ones who get to be a bit more fearful when I give them feedback and things like that. it has completely turned around. These are the same people, but what happens is that what you focus on grows. Okay, I focused on my power. I focused on the good things happening around me. I created an environment around me that made me happy. I love decor. I love a beautiful place. I know I would always like almost every month have flowers in my office, live flowers in a vase, and just have a nice place that I enjoy, and starting to look forward to going to work. It works wonders. I want you to try this. you know I wish I could have said it in a way that is so much more convincing that you really have to do this. Listen to me. But otherwise the video is just going to be way too long. I think I'll talk about it another time, maybe giving more scientific facts behind it, because it's completely science backed. That is why it works. Just look up the red car syndrome. Okay, just put it on Google, see what that is, and then start to understand why what you focus on in the morning is what you get more of. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, so that more people are able to see these videos and get helped by them. And if in any way these videos are helping you, please put it down in the comments below, and so that I know that I'm doing something that's worthwhile. And if you have any questions, please put them down. And I'm going to put a link in the description that explains how you can also get a hold of me for us to be able to do one-on-one coaching concerning your careers and even relationships. Thank you so much, guys.